Hey, what's up everyone? Upstart here with RyXe Gaming, and welcome back to another episode of Satisfactory. So in the previous episode, um, we've got our fuel generator or our power grid situation. We've got that pretty much settled, so we're good for a while. This is the closest one right here. So we're consuming close to a third. It's in that range. It just goes up and down, but it's in the range of a third of our total production. So we're good there. We don't have to worry about that for a while. So we're not gonna deal with the fuel generators for a bit, but I do need to start producing rubber, which are gonna be for some electronics over here, because I'm gonna use alternative recipes, which I need to get. So I also need to get hard drives. So I'm gonna be doing a little bit of exploring. I'm gonna be going probably be going into the jungle, or I'm gonna go to the grasslands. I think the grasslands might be easier because the jungle, well, it's just hairy. Because what I mean is there's just so much like trees, bushes, overgrowth. There's just so much stuff in there. So maybe going to the grasslands might be a good idea, but I'm gonna have to look into it because the grasslands are like on the other side of the map. Can I wait, hold on, don't I have a map? I forget how I open the map. It should be over this Z. There it is. I was looking down here. So the grasslands are like somewhere on this edge over here. All this area is jungle, and then my area desert is like here. I think there's maybe a little bit more over there, but it's like divided in 3 sections kind of thing. Where jungle, desert, and grasslands over here. So that's that. Alright, I'm gonna have to go look for a bunch of those, and I'm gonna grab power slugs as I find them, because they're just all over the place, and I definitely need those. So I'm gonna need about 3 or 4 alternative recipes in the immediate future. One is for the alternative, what's it called? High-speed connector, which I need to unlock with this milestone here. So I'm gonna go on to do that because I have something I forgot to mention in the previous episode was that I also made a mini factory that I had completely forgotten for cable because all the wire, the first wire factory that I thought was gonna have for cable was where for maybe one production line for cable is where I have the motors being constructed. So all that is already taken over. That's been invaded by the motors. So there's nothing cable in that, only the wires. So right next to it, I built a mini factory similar to this, somewhere over there, and I just have that with cables, just four production lines producing cable. So that should be. I think it has a bunch of containers similar to this as well. I think those are full as well. So yeah, that's pretty easy. Quick wire. I just need 2 stacks from up there, and that's good. I have one of the one production line in the iron factory that I set up like impromptu, just for modular frames, and I have a container similar to the ones up there. The regular one, not this big one. That's full as well with what is it, like 24 stacks or something like that of 50 modular frames each. The motors, those are kind of slow to make, but I still have a ton of those. I have at least over 1,000 motors. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and do that right now. So I'll see you back over at the hub. Alright, so we're back. I came through around this side because I was gathering all the materials I needed. So I think I should have everything on hand now for that. Okay, so 1,000 of those, 50 of these, those right there, and these 300. Launch.
A more specialized use of deuterium has been unlocked. Smart splitters and new advanced electronic parts are now available.
Right, so 10 minutes before that comes back. I don't know if I'll need it that soon, so it doesn't matter. Okay. We can do that. I'm ignoring that. Don't need it right now. Can do that as well. I don't need that right now. Radar technology. I don't know what exactly. How does? Oh yeah, I'm like, how does this work exactly? Reveals an area around itself on the map. The area grows over time to a max. Placing the tower higher up increases the max area revealed. Not really something I need right now. So I'm gonna leave that be. The jetpack, I think it's gonna be the next thing we're gonna go for. I think. How does this look? This needs way less than this. Yep, huge difference. Okay, so there's the train. We're gonna have to test that out, but that's not gonna happen right now. Gas mask, I really don't care much for the gas mask, especially because of this high cost. The computers I can handle, but well, I actually already have a bunch of cursor. Come back. Okay, so yeah, I pretty much have a ton of all that material except for the pipes. I think that's something I should probably work on. Just setting up all my pipe production lines. Yeah, that's a good idea. I'll probably be doing that in this episode because there's a bunch of stuff I gotta do, and obviously it's not gonna all be done on camera. So I think I didn't care for the gas mask. I was just looking at the heavy modular frames. So we're probably gonna go for this because jetpack definitely very useful. Especially from trying not to die after falling from high places, and it helps trying to get to those harder reach high places as well. So we're just gonna have that on a milestone. Sort that out. Let's see, 75 computers. So the 75 computers is gonna be like the issue because we don't really have an automated production of their parts at the computer parts at the very least, because that's what we're gonna do next. We pretty much do have the parts for the heavy modular frame already automated. We have all that except for the pipes. They are automated, but we don't have enough to really spare. So we're gonna have to. That's probably something that's gonna a problem that's gonna be well, a problem that we're gonna have in the immediate future because, well, as you guys can see, we're able to see, the steel pipes are coming in like something at more or less at a trickle. Maybe not too terrible, but it's still not that great. So yeah, I have noticed that my machines up there, my assemblers, I think they do stop for a few seconds after every time they make a new batch of encased industrial beams, because they don't have enough steel pipes in them. So I'm gonna probably have to work on that as well. So what we're gonna work on in this episode is gonna be continuing with the development of those factories that I have there, those exoskeletons or skeletons, or you know, just the foundation of those factories. The quartz platform factory that's gonna be inside, I'll call it the quarry or whatever over there. And yeah, and the other thing now that added to the list is the steel pipe production, which is, I think that steel factory is pretty much all gonna be steel pipe. I was thinking of leaving one for steel beams, but I'm not sure because I'm gonna have so many steel beams left over. I don't think I'm gonna need it, but if I do, it's just gonna be at the end of the production line or the factory. It's gonna be all the way at the back. Most likely it's just gonna be the one. It might be 2, because I like to keep it even with the numbers of how many are going to be, how many pipes, what's the wording I want to use, how many conveyor lines I have connected to like a production line of these of pipes. How I have over there two, the two main lines for the steel pipes for this, for the encased industrial beams, and then how I have that spaghetti merger splitter thing going on like in the middle, something like that. So right there I have 2 and 2, but then if I have that one left over of steel pipes at the end because the second one was used for steel beams, I don't know, I wouldn't want to add that to it unless I just simply split it and then merged it and then divided that one into halves. But I don't know, I don't like that. But anyways, that's gonna be what I'm gonna be doing in this episode. So I'm gonna get working on that, and I'll see you all once I get more or less some progress going. I'll see you all in a little bit then. Alright everyone, so just like a quick update, as I had mentioned, I needed to get a ton of well, not a ton, but you know, a bunch of hard drives because I was gonna need several alternative recipes that I wanted to use. So what I've been doing is I've been going around and exploring the map. Actually, no, before I show that, let's hide that menu. I've been going around over here trying to find crash pods and getting their respective hard drives. So I managed to get 6. One is actually one. I've already had one analyzed, so it's already ready, and we can go ahead and grab that. But first, I just want to more or less explain what I did over here. So I said that the map was kind of split. Let me just make it a little. I thought it was kind of split, like, you know, 3-way, where one part was desert, one grasslands, and one like jungle. It seems like it's not exactly the case. It seemed like this little area over here was mostly grasslands, like maybe around here. And then, you know, my desert area, like over here on the coast. I don't know much about that side anymore. I really can't remember anymore. But most of this area over here was more like a mushroom biome kind of thing. But there was a lot of jungle involved, so it's kind of all. I'm guessing it's just kind of all over the place. I've never actually explored the whole map, so I'm not really sure. And it's been a while since I've had my sky hub, which I usually build up this way, and from like way up high, I can see all around. So, and from there I can mostly see the biomes. But anyways, I was kind of wrong there, so don't pay much attention to my rambling about the map. Anyways, so I found 6 crash. Well, I found actually technically 8 crash pods. I was only able to get into 6 of them. Right here, there's one. I just put the name of what it required. It requires 2 turbo motors for one that's way over here. I'm unable to get into it because we're not at the point of building turbo motors yet. We're almost there, but we need to. I don't know if it just what tier are we on? 6, I think. I think we need to unlock the next one. I don't know if it's just 7. I don't know if 8 is available yet. I don't know. Anyways, we need to get that. It just needs 2. That one, the problem with that one is that it's like in the middle of this gas field swamp area where there's a bunch of those alien spiders. There's small ones and there's big ones in there as well. So that one was kind of dangerous, but I managed to at least figure out what I needed without dying, which was good. Here I just marked that because there's there is a normal bauxite node or deposit there. So I had never found one, so that's gonna be useful. I know there's a sulfur one somewhere in this direction here. I saw it on my way around over while I was exploring. It's like on this big plateau kind of thing, but I managed to see it, so that's good. I'm probably gonna need that. Maybe for explosives. We haven't unlocked the explosives yet, but I want to deal with those because I've been finding a lot of spots with like a lot of rocks or boulders that you can clearly tell that those can be blown up. And I kind of remember this because I actually made it to the point of making explosives, but I never actually like, you know, um, automated them. I did use them a bit, but that's all I really did. But I've been finding a lot of places with those. There's a bunch around here, and then there's like some over here, and then there was a huge one over here that seemed to be protected by with gas fields and whatnot. But anyways, enough of that rambling. This one here required 20 megawatt hours plus 4 steel beams. That one was a pretty simple one. You know, I could just set up a quick bio generator or whatever it's called and get that. But as I'm transitioning from the steel beams to the encased industrial beams, well, I wasn't carrying any, and like I was like, oh my goodness. And I tried to find some coal around. I couldn't find anything, so I just marked that as well. It's just down the coast. It's not that far away, so I can just go and grab that. But anyways, so I have 5 here. I have one that's been analyzed, and one that I can't get because we're not at the turbo motors yet, and one that I can get, which is what I'm gonna do as soon as I grab the alternative recipe from this hard drive that's already been analyzed, and while I put the next one to analyze, I'm just gonna grab that other one. So here, there's a bunch of stuff that I grabbed from the RyXe. I got some computers. I got a bunch of cables. I got a few circuit boards, wires. I think I got some motors as well. What else? I found some SAM, or I don't know, what is it called? Strange alien metal. I wasn't sure if it was alien metal or alien material. I just hadn't read the description. I think this is some sulfur. I got that because I don't know if I could use any of these to analyze right now. Or the bauxite. I think the sulfur you can for the explosives. I don't know about the bauxite, which I got a little bit right there. So yeah, some heavy modular frames. I had to make this. This is like a funny story. I had to make some heavy modular frames because I actually needed to make where is that? An oil pump. I had to make one out in the field because where's the map again? Because somewhere over here there was a crashed pod that required rubber. So that's why I have rubber in my inventory right here. And I kind of remember that somewhat like in that jungly mushroom area, there are some plants that if you cut them down, they actually give you oil. So I was like, you know what? Let me try to find some of these. I could not find any, but I did find 4 oil nodes somewhere. I can't exactly recall, but it's somewhere in this area, I think. I do know there was like a big lake or pond in the vicinity, so I wasn't sure. I'm not sure if it's this one or that one, but there are 4 oil nodes over there as well. And I pretty much just grabbed with whatever I raked together whatever materials I had, because I had found, you know, a bunch of materials, modular frames and all that, so I could make the heavy modular frames, so I can make the oil pump, so I can get oil and then just to get rubber. So I didn't want to leave that one behind, so I got that. I did that and all that crazy stuff. So that's why I have some modular frames. One of the crash pods further out when I was coming back, I found somewhere over here. Required 1 heavy modular frame, I think, and that's why I only have 4 because the oil pump requires 5. Anyways, let's go into this. Let's just go and check if hopefully we get what we need. There's a bunch of these that I need, so I wasn't too afraid of not getting the proper one. I'm gonna get this one because I don't need the cable or the heavy modular frame one. At least this one, not now. I'm gonna think about that one later. So I'm gonna go with the crystal oscillator alternative recipe because that's why I think that's mainly why I'm making the AI limiters. Not just because of that, but because I'm gonna need the AI limiters anyways. So might as well get an alternative recipe to make crystal oscillators faster and easier. So I'm gonna go with that. Yeah. So sulfur. I have this pale berry here unlocked as something that I can analyze. I don't have any because I actually threw them away. I was trying to deal with the doggo situation thing where you can like tame it or something. I wasn't able to do it. I don't know if you had to have it in hand and then pet it, or then drop it and then pet it, or wait till it eats. But it doesn't. I don't know. I don't have the patience for the doggo. It's cute and all, but you know. So I don't have that. I'm not gonna deal with sulfur yet. That takes longer, and I don't really need that right now. Do we even have enough though? Yeah, 41. Okay. But anyways, let's just throw the hard drive in there and begin analyzing with that one. Okay, so I don't know why the purple fog just came in. Okay. So I'm gonna have to go like pretty much down by the coast over there. That's down here to grab that. But about the alternative recipes, I'm going to need the high-speed connector one, but I'm not sure if I should use a high-speed connector one or just keep the regular, because the high-speed connector alternative uses silica, and I don't know if I'm gonna have enough silica because where is it? Like somewhere in here where my quartz I've already set up a small silica factory where the quartz over there by the quartz, where I've actually already set up a platform. You know, I have a semi setup. It's not perfect, it's not well set up, but it's something that works. So I have that going on over there, and well, I'm gonna need silica to make I think I need silica to make aluminum. I think it's silica and bauxite or something. That's mainly why I marked that bauxite down there. Hopefully I could find one closer, but if not, I'm gonna have to somehow make that bauxite come way down here. But anyways, so I want to save as much silica as possible. I actually also found some quartz nodes. I can't remember, somewhere in this area over here. I found 2 more over there, but since they're just too far away from me, I don't really want to use them. I want to keep things close, at least for now, because I haven't made that sky hub. The sky hub that I usually do, I bring it down to around somewhere here on the map, I think, because over here there is a SAM ore deposit. There's actually one nearby me as well, somewhere in that direction, heading into the quartz tunnel cave thing. A little further out, there's one in there as well, but that's why the reason I had originally made my a sky hub was down there was because it was close to a SAM ore, and I wasn't sure if it was going to be useful, but it seemed useful, especially because it stacks in 50s instead of 100s. As I'm trying to go into inventory, this stacks in 50s instead of 100 like the usual ores. So I kind of have this suspicion that it's kind of special in a way. So I gotta keep my eye. I'm just trying to keep my eyes on the SAM ore deposits, because those are just singles. You don't find those in pairs like the quartz, or in fours or quartets, just like the because the oil nodes or deposits, those seem to come in quartets, because you know, my down here is in quartets, and then the one that I found somewhere over here, around here, I can't remember, was also like that. So anyways, I'm thinking about either high-speed connector alternative or regular. I'm still gonna get it because I may use it, I may not. I just have to like use it and see if it works out for me with my supply and demand when I get to that point. Also, the circuit board one, I got the alternative recipe. I think it was in the previous episode. For the circuit board one, I'm actually not gonna use it because I want the other alternative recipe that actually uses quick wire and what was it, plastic, because I don't want to waste. I don't want to not waste. I don't want to have to make another like production line for wire, because that's what the alternative recipe for circuit board that I got uses, rubber and wire, and I'm like, you know what, I don't want to do that. There's one recipe that requires cable, and I think that was the regular high-speed connector one, and I have that one small factory that I made all the way at the end over here by the motor factory right next to it for cable, and I'm like, I'm not using cable for anything aside from, you know, just crafting or building you know, the power lines. So I'm like, you know what, I could probably use that instead. So it all depends on the supply and demand. Uh, getting wire is not that difficult, um, especially because on the quick wire factory, which is right next to, or maybe not exactly right next to it, but uh, that's the closest factory that I have to the high-speed connector factory. And well, I could just bring uh, a line with either copper ore or just wire directly, or the copper ingots or something, because I placed it right next to it because since it's using quick wire, I just wanted to keep it as close as possible to the factory. So anyways, I just need to figure out what the supply and demand is going to be for the high-speed connector. If I don't need much, then I won't use the alternative. If I do need a lot, then I will use the alternative. I just know that the main things that use the high-speed connector is the power pole Mark III, the supercomputers. I think the nuclear power plant, it requires high-speed connector to make. An alternative recipe for some energy rod or something that isn't not the fuel rod, the uranium fuel rod, some other rod. I don't know. Higher in the tier, in the tech tree. But anyways, I'm gonna be doing that. So right now, I've been talking. I've been rambling for quite a bit. I don't think that it's done. No, it's not done. But is it halfway? It's more than halfway done. Anyways, I'm just gonna go grab that other hard drive that's down there. This one, and I'll be back. And most likely that hard drive is gonna be done. So I'll just keep explaining as I go. I probably shouldn't have done it as the way I did, just idle without doing anything. But hey, like I said, like I mentioned, as what is my name? Upstart. You know, I'm kind of new. I'm kind of dumb. Anyways, I'll see you guys when I come back from getting that hard drive, and we'll check out if I get what I need or what I want from that hard drive that's analyzing. Alright, so we're back. I already have the other hard drive. I've already removed the beacon as well. And let's check it out. So I want the computer, this alternative computer recipe. I don't want the Caterium because that uses more things, and I'm gonna be making crystal oscillators anyways. So I think this is easier. So I'm going the I think this is called crystal computer. But anyways, let's go with that one. Confirm it, and we're just gonna toss in another hard drive and another 10 minutes. Alright, so I'm gonna try to get all these done before the end of the episode because it's almost that time, and the main reason for that is because I've been just rambling. Now, I also found one more thing is that I also found a bunch of these power slugs. The green ones are all over the place. Yellow ones aren't as common, but definitely more common than purple. And I managed to find two. Actually, on my little escapade right here, going for this hard drive that was over here, on my way there, I actually found one yellow power slug. So that's that. Anyways, I'll see you all once this is done. Alright, so I think it's done now. Okay, so ooh. I don't know how often this one comes out, but it's not exactly what I'm looking for. Though I do have extra hard drives, so I'm actually gonna go for this. I think I had read about it before, so it doesn't come as much of a surprise that it came out. I just didn't know how to get it. I think you can get this twice. The expanded pocket dimension from this hard drive analysis. I don't know how often it does. This is the first time I've seen it, so you know what? I'm gonna go for that. More inventory space. Yes, please. Okay, let's throw that in there. Let's start that up. Okay. So you may notice, probably not, that actually don't have my pinned milestone up here, and that's because I decided to just go in and complete the alternative recipe milestone that they give me, because you guys know I'm kind of dumb and I forget that I have to do this. So I just made a quick run to my silica factory where I could, I just grabbed some raw quartz, and I also have, I don't know if it's one or two constructors that I have making raw quartz crystals. So I also got that. So I had gotten a stack, so I just needed 50. I got that. I got two of these stacks just in case. I wasn't sure how many I needed, and I needed plastic, but luckily I had some crude oil on hand, well, in one of my containers over there, and I just made that. So yeah, time to wait another 10 minutes. Let's see. So supposedly I got 5 more inventory slots, or do I have to also re-unlock that? Is it on tier 2? Oh, look, it is. Yippee! Well, I'm gonna do this right now on my own, and don't want to waste too much time. All right, another one done. Let's see if we get what we want. Okay, so this is the alternative one for the high-speed connector. I don't know if I'm going to end up using it or not, but I may not. It doesn't really matter. I can just, there's still a large chunk of map over, I think it's like 60% at the very least that I haven't explored. So I could probably find a bunch more recipe crash pods to get the hard drive. So I'm just gonna grab the high-speed connector one anyways, even though I'm not sure if I want to use it. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna place another one. I still have 3 more. I need to get the circuit board one, the alternative circuit board, the other alternative circuit board one that I didn't get. I think it's the quick wire one. I forget. But anyways, I haven't done the milestone for the expanded pocket dimension here because I wanted to see if it gave a different, reaction, or if something different happened from the usual, just do it and it's nothing actually happens. So let's do it. So it pretty much works the same as any other one that has like, this global or globe with a grid on it kind of thing. So it doesn't do anything. It doesn't even launch the pod in reality. Okay, that's fine, no big deal. So the next one is this one, right? So we're gonna have to do that. Luckily I have all that on hand. I have some silica over here somewhere that I threw in. Okay. So I need that. I need the rubber. Do I have a rubber on hand? I do. But I don't have enough, so I'm gonna have to make a little bit more. Alright, so let's do that. I have here pinned some recipes. I have 12 what are they called? Manufacturers, and since they required 60 heavy modular frames, well, I kind of just put the 60 on here so I can just get the materials. So what did I need? Some rubber, right? I don't need that. I don't need much. I'll just do with that. Let's toss it all in. Quick wire. Where are you? Quick wire. There. There's a little bit. The other ones. I have some more in that container right there. I will grab that in a bit. There you go. So I have a stack in here. And there you go. So that's done. Launch it. Most likely we're not gonna get anything from, what's her name? Ada? Yeah, anyways. So we got that going. And I'm getting all these materials ready because I've calculated that I need 12 manufacturers at least in the immediate future, which is for the crystal oscillators, the computers, and the other one, which one was it? I don't know if it was a limiter. No, high-speed connector. Regardless if I use the alternative recipe or not, it still uses 3. So anyways, I'll see you guys in 10 minutes. Alright, another one done. And regrettably, we don't need any of these, so we're gonna have to do a reroll. So let's reload. Alright, so after several rerolls, I finally got what I think I want. It's the Caterium circuit board here, the one that uses quick wire and plastic. So I think it's the same speed as the other alternative circuit board recipe, the one that uses rubber and wire, I think. Um, it's the same speed production rate, so that's not a big deal. Um, I wasn't planning on using plastic for anything, so I think it's fine that I do this, so I can have at least something, a production line of plastic at the at one of my oil refineries, which I haven't placed, of course, but I will. And since I have extra quick wire, production line just there idle, um, then I can just have that inputting into this, or I forget the word, but anyways, going into this, because right now I have four available lines. One's for, I think I only have two that are um, gonna be being used, and I'm gonna have the other two just not being used for anything, or or pending. So there's a third one that's gonna be uh, being used for this, and there's gonna be a fourth one that's still gonna be unallocated. So yeah, we're gonna do that. Deuterium circuit board and confirm it. And what we're gonna do is continue with these. Well, I kind of did want to, but I don't know if I need any more alternative recipes right now that I recall. So what I'm actually gonna do is I'm gonna throw sulfur in there. Come on. Let's throw sulfur into there. And let's have that do its thing. So yeah, let's throw that back in there. Where would it be? On 5 probably? No, 4. Nope, 5. There it is. I'm gonna need that. Luckily I have plastic on hand, though I was planning on using that for computers because I'm gonna have to manually make some because I'm gonna need them for manufacturers. So what I'm gonna be working on next is getting all those manufacturers up and running, so I can. That's pretty much start all my factories, because the main thing, like the base material, is circuit board. So without that, well, I can't really start doing much of the electronics. What was the other one? Quick wire. Where is it? Right here. Launch that. Alright, and that's it. Come on. So yeah, I'm having issues with my DPI, so I don't want it too high because then I just move too fast, and then just a level lower, it moves too slow on the menu. It moves fine on the camera, but kind of slow on the menus like this. But yeah, that's pretty much. That's gonna be. I think that's pretty much all I'm gonna have time for in this episode. So yeah, pretty much just setting up or planning, or getting things ready for our electronics factories. That's all I've pretty much been doing in this episode, and pretty much the previous one as well. So in the next one, hopefully, I get those electronics factories up and running, or at least partially running, so I can get more, get all this stuff finally concluded, or get those done. But anyways, that's gonna be all for this episode. So thank you all for watching. Please subscribe if you want to see more. Hit that like button if you liked the episode, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.